British viewers have flushed Doctor Who and its new doctor, Ncuti Gatwa, down the toilet. The ratings are absolutely abysmal. Nearly 50% decline from the Christmas special, which that in itself was awful. But before we get to that, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss any of our future videos here at the Trent Report. Wrote this up over at thatparkplace.com this morning. And the ratings are in for the first two episodes of Ncuti Gatwa's new Doctor Who season, which is being showrun by Russell T. Davies. Gatwa obviously is the actor playing the 15th Doctor. Doctor Who TV reports that the first episode, Space Babies, only managed to bring in 2.6 million viewers on the BBC, while the second episode, The Devil's Cord, saw viewership decline to 2.4 million. This is nearly a 50% decline in viewership for both episodes compared to Ncuti Gatwa's debut episode in the Christmas special, The Church on Ruby Road. The BBC reported that that special saw viewership hit 4.7 million in overnight numbers. That means Space Babies saw viewership decline by just shy of 45% compared to The Church on Ruby Road. The Devil's Cord saw viewership decline by just shy of 49%. Massive, massive declines over there in the United Kingdom for Ncuti Gatwa's The 15th Doctor, just absolutely flushing the show down the drain, which is really, really good to see, because this show was no longer about entertainment. It was no longer about sci-fi. It was no longer about going on adventures. It was all about the woke agenda. So if you want to just know how bad the viewership on The Church of Ruby Road was, it was the second worst in the show's entire history for a debut Doctor. In fact, Jodie Whittaker's debut episode, The Woman Who Fell to Earth, had overall viewership of 10.96 million, over double Gatwa's. The only Doctor Who debut that Gatwa's debut beat was the first episode of Doctor Who with William Hartnell as the first Doctor in the episode An Unearthly Child. That episode, which aired back in 1963, premiered with 4.4 million viewers. I think it was actually depressed because of the John F. Kennedy assassination and all the coverage that was getting. So people were paying attention to that rather than this debut episode of Doctor Who, because we see the first episode of Hartnell's Doctor Who, or subsequent issues, of Hartnell's Doctor Who, would see viewership increase over the next 10 episodes. Initially, it increased to 5.9 million. In the third episode, it went up to 6.9 million. By episode 7, it hit 8.9 million. With episode 8, it increased to 9.9 million. By episode 10, it hit 10.4 million. So I do not think we're going to see those gains for Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor Who. We're already seeing massive declines by nearly 50% just from The Church on Ruby Road. So what is hilarious about all of this is that it looks like people did indeed take Ncuti Gatwa's advice and turn off their TV. That's what he told to Variety while seemingly trying to promote the show, which you would think you would try and get people to watch the show, entice them to come and watch. Instead, he did the opposite. While discussing people who are not a fan of his casting, this is what he told Variety. He says, "Don't watch, turn off the TV, go and touch grass, please, for God's sake." And it looks like nearly half of the people who watched The Church on Ruby Road took his advice, and they turned their TV off and they went outside and did something more important than watching his show. He was not the only Doctor Who actor to tell people to not tune into the show. Drag queen Jink X Monsoon, who plays a new villain called the Maestro in The Devil's Cord, told Slate, "To the people who have issues, the show that you love was created by a queer person. Get over it. A lot of people are going to really love this, and I think this season is going to create a lot of new Doctor Who fans. And if we lose some of the transphobic ones, don't let the door hit you on the way out." Monsoon added, "There's a lot of toxicity around the gender and the trans conversation. In the 70s, it was the conversation of queerness, the gay conversation. We overcame it once and we'll overcome it again. To the people who are upset about it, boo-hoo, cry your effing tears. It's not your world exclusively. We all live here, so get over yourself." The drag queen then concluded, I know a lot of people might not even watch this season of Doctor Who because it's taking such a decisively queer step. However, if they watch it, I think they'll see that we're just actors playing characters. And if they don't watch it, then who needs them? I truly believe that for every fan we lose to transphobia, we're going to have 2 to 3 more coming in because they're excited for trans representation. Clearly, that is not the case. They did not see triple growth. They saw 50% decline, and one can only hope that that decline will continue as they air subsequent episodes because, as you see here, it is clearly all about agenda. It's clearly all about pushing evil transgender ideology. It's clearly about pushing disordered lifestyles, such as the queer and gay lifestyle that this person is trying to show as some kind of good when it is not. So it is great that this show is absolutely failing. We even saw Russell T Davies claiming that it was using he was using the show to promote sodomy to children, and he was specifically trying to bring in young people to watch the show. So it is really good that this evil ideology that the show is pushing, people are not watching it; they're turning it off, and they realize that that this stuff is not good for them. It's not good for their children. It's not good for their family members. So, uh, really happy that these show viewership numbers are significantly down. I hope it continues to go down, down, and down. I will be really pleased when the show is canceled and they are no longer able to promote this propaganda on the backs of British taxpayers because they're the ones who fund the BBC. They're funding their own propaganda. It's just absolutely wild, funding the own destruction of their own society. Truly, truly crazy, bizarre, evil stuff happening over there. But we are seeing that people are tuning this out. So that is fantastic news. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know what you make of these viewership numbers having a nearly 50% decline in the United Kingdom compared to the Church on Ruby Road episode, which aired on Christmas. Let me know what you guys make of this in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable to each other, but to always speak the truth.